Violence continues to not only plague our area, but all across America. What's the answer to raising awareness about the situations unfolding here in Akron and everywhere else? That's today's topic in our in-depth segment.
Jim, I'd like for you to continue we were talking about, because I'm constantly, as everyone else is hearing, Black Lives Matter. We've heard it for years now. We have this upcoming wellness walk that's dealing with health issues and information. What about the number of youth that we are losing to violence, not only just here in Youngstown, but across this nation? And how do we raise the consciousness of our community that something has to take place?
Yeah, I wish I could give you a great, easy answer for that one. But
no, but you're seeing the youth, and I'm sure the youth are telling you things that they are probably not telling us or their parents.
I would say with the exclusion of the last, I hate to even put it this way, the last two shootings that were on the south side, most of the gun violence has been with people from the ages of like 27 and up. You know, that, and it's like, you know, so are they youth? Are they adults? Are they lost?
Or were they in your program, or were they a part of other groups in this community where dollars have been spent in summer programs, activities? You know, we're doing all of these different things, but measuring the impact that's going to reduce the number of our children that are losing their lives to violence. To violence,
and having the trauma that's involved with that. One of the things I would say that the Boys and Girls Club of Youngstown has done since 2000, since right after 2020, right after the pandemic, was open our club, not just for our members. Yes, we do our members, our program, but I have a vision that the Boys and Girls Club should be seen as a community center. And like right away, like Youngstown United as one came to me and they wanted to do a rally. They wanted to do a vigil rally about violence, of stopping the violence. And I said, absolutely. You know, so we opened the doors and let them in, because I think it was a little rainy outside, and we had it inside. And that was because we're there. We're right in the middle of this. And there are other groups that, you know, we've said, yes, come, use our facility, use our property. I think that has to be part of the answer. And what I mean by that is there has to be community. It has to really be community, that people know each other, that they care for each other, that they respect each other, and they value each other.
That comes through communication.
Yeah, and love.
Absolutely. For the youth that you are presently serving, and you have your various programs, you have what's called a membership, so that they're required to purchase a membership?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, what I've done with that, like right after the pandemic, we had some grant money, so the membership was almost free. The membership was $7 for the year. Now, some would say, well, why don't you just make it free? There's something to having skin in the game. There's value, you know. Like our summer program was like that.
Great way for our youth to have an alternative. I want to thank you for joining me, and I thank Jim for joining me. I'm Dee Crawford, Community Affairs Director, WKBN.